The second hypothesis, suspended judgment. Let us allow Father Bolbeck to present this theory to us concisely. According to this theory, Joseph comes to know that Mary is pregnant, remaining ignorant of the cause. He has such a high esteem for her that he cannot suspect her. He suspends judgment about her. In this mind, he does not wish to bring the matter into publicity, but is minded to put Mary away secretly. This position was first championed by Saint Jerome, who wrote, "How could Joseph be called just if he concealed the guilt of his spouse? What speaks in defense of Mary is precisely the fact that Joseph, knowing her chastity and marveling at what had happened, buried in silence a fact whose mystery he did not understand." Because of Jerome's formidable authority on questions about the interpretation of Scripture in the Middle Ages, many medievals followed in his wake. One of them, Conrad of Saxony, presented this pious thought in beautiful Latin prose once attributed to Saint Bonaventure and probably borrowed from the Opus Imperfectum incorrectly attributed to Saint John Chrysostom. O inestimable tribute to Mary! Joseph believed in her chastity more than her womb, in grace more than in nature. He believed that it was more possible for a woman to conceive without a man than for Mary to be able to sin. O ineffabalis laus Mariae, magis credibat Joseph castiti eius quam utero eius, et plus gratiae quam naturae, possibilis credibot mulierem sine viro concipere quam Mariam posse peccare. Finally, this conjecture was given its classical form by Francisco Suarez, who speculated upon the psychological state of Joseph and described it as stupefaction. Joseph was unable to judge or suspect the Virgin harshly. Influenced in one direction by the factual evidence he perceived, but swayed in the other by the exalted sanctity of the Virgin, as he knew it from experience, he withheld all judgment because he was overwhelmed by a kind of stupefaction and great wonder. It was indeed a consummate act of justice not to be carried out of himself in so grave a matter, nor to be blinded by extreme passion or feeling. He persuaded himself that the event could have occurred without sin. Consequently, he was unwilling to expose Mary. But since for him nothing in the matter was sufficiently clear, he believed that it pertained to justice to be separated from such a woman and to dismiss her in secret. Eventually, this position would win the adherence of a great many Catholic exegetes, from Cornelius a Lapide and Joseph Nabenbauer to Marie-Joseph Lagrange, Ferdinand Prat S.J., Franz Michel Willem, and Francis Vilas S.J. It is also found in the Venerable Mary of Agrida's Mystical City of God. As we had recourse to Father Bolbeck for the presentation of this second hypothesis, so shall we let him expose its inherent difficulties. This second theory of suspended judgment fails to supply a sufficient reason. Joseph is dikaios, possessing all virtues. He is certain of Mary's innocence. He is certain that by leaving her, he will make things difficult for her, and he has no positive reason, apart from his bewilderment, for exposing her to this difficult situation. It cannot be argued that he could rely on Providence to protect her. This argument only holds if he knows for certain that the conception is due to divine intervention. Another difficulty against this theory arises from the fact that Joseph fears to take Mary to wife, even though he is certain that she is innocent. This is, as Xavier Leon Dufour puts it, a curious kind of justice indeed.